Welcome back to Art and Soul, the space where creativity meets consciousness and where we explore the invisible threads connecting our inner lives to the world around us. Today's episode is about something so simple, so constant, that we rarely stop to notice it: our breath. Not just as a biological function, but as something deeper, something expressive, something participatory. There's a provocative idea I want to explore with you today: that breath is not neutral, that what we exhale carries a quality shaped by how we live, how we think, and how we relate to the world. Let's sit with that for a moment. Every city is filled with breath. Millions of people inhaling and exhaling all day long. But imagine, not all breath is the same. Some of it is hurried and shallow and anxious, and some of it is heavy with stress, distraction, even resentment. And if we extend that metaphor just a little further, we might say the atmosphere of a place isn't just physical, it's emotional, even spiritual. What if the air in our cities feels dense, not only because of pollution from machines, but because of the inner lives of the people breathing within them? Now contrast that with a different image. A person sitting quietly, maybe in the early morning, maybe in a small room or outside under a tree. Their breath is slow, intentional, deep. There is awareness in every inhale and care in every exhale. Practices like yoga have long suggested that breath can be refined, that it can be trained, harmonized, even elevated. And within that idea is something beautiful, that the breath we release back into the world can carry vitality, clarity, and calm. So instead of unconsciously contributing tension to the shared atmosphere, a person becomes a quiet source of balance. It's almost like becoming a living filter, or better yet, a living garden. And then there's the countryside. Think about the difference between breathing in the middle of a crowded street versus breathing in an open field. Not just the chemical difference, but the felt difference. The rhythm slows, the lungs open, and the body softens. People who live closer to the land often move differently through their days. There's less fragmentation, less constant stimulation. Life may be simpler, not easier necessarily, but more direct, more grounded. And perhaps in that simplicity, the breath itself becomes fuller, less interrupted, and more alive. So, we begin to see three different relationships to breath: the unconscious breath of busyness and stress, the cultivated breath of awareness and practice, and the natural breath that emerges from a simpler, more grounded way of living. Now here's where it gets interesting. If breath is something we are constantly exchanging with the world, then we are not just individuals managing our own inner state. We are participants in a shared atmosphere, which raises a quiet but powerful question. What are you contributing? Not in a moral or judgmental sense, but in an artistic sense, because this podcast is called Art and Soul for a reason. What if your breath is part of your art? What if each exhale is a brushstroke on the invisible canvas we all share? You don't need to move to the countryside to change your breath. You don't need to become a master of yoga overnight. Even a small shift, a moment of awareness, a deeper inhale, a slower exhale, can begin to transform the quality of what you bring into the world. Try this just for a few seconds. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Let it fill your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Pause gently at the top. And then exhale longer than the inhale. Softly and completely. And notice how that feels. Now imagine carrying even a fraction of that awareness into your day, into your conversations, and into the spaces you occupy. Because maybe, just maybe, the world doesn't only change through what we say or do. Maybe it also changes through something as quiet and constant as how we breathe. And if that's true, then every moment becomes an opportunity to create something with more aliveness, vitality, and presence in the shared air between us. Thank you for breathing with me today. This is Art and Soul. Until next time, stay aware and stay alive in your breath.